before 9 a.m.
Okay, thank you so much for coming back and joining me for another stretching video. Honestly, I have found so much joy doing these. I didn't think that I was gonna enjoy sitting down and talking to a camera and curating this, video for you guys, but I'm really enjoying it. I just appreciate so much all of the amazing feedback that I'm getting from you guys, just expressing your thankfulness and gratitude of these videos. Some of you were so scared to just sit down and stretch because you didn't know how to do it in a way that was edifying the kingdom and not another religion. And I'm just so overwhelmed by those messages and just so thankful that God's kind of opened my eyes to this and led me to this, because it is only because of him that I'm doing this. And I'm just overwhelmed and just so much, so filled with joy to do these things. So yeah, I just want to, encourage you guys that if you are feeling any kind of uncertainty or just lack of joy, I want to encourage you to seek him first. Go to his word, go to his presence first, and then come to do these stretching videos. I don't ever want to be a replacement for the Father and his presence and the joy and peace that only comes from him. I just want these videos to be a tool that can be used for honoring our body and for taking care of the temple that God has entrusted to us. So yeah, I just want to send out that little encouragement to just seek the Father first and foremost in anything and everything that you need, because all things, like scripture says, comes from him. So just a little encouragement before we get started. So for today, this video is going to be a 15-minute full body morning stretch. I especially love doing these stretches first thing in the morning because I feel like it kind of sets my body up for success. Just the little aches and pains that we get throughout sleeping in the night, or from the day before, this is just something that I am able to start my day fresh. I'm just able to get my body moving and functioning properly, and so this is great first thing in the morning. So let's get started. You won't really need much. I'm gonna have a couple pillows stacked up just for one little thing that I'll demonstrate in a little bit. But yeah, let's get started. Okay, I'm just a mess, honestly. Morning time, they're slow times. They're slow moving times. Is that so wrong? Do I need to wake up and just be on it right away? Probably. Am I? I'm working on it, so it's fine. Okay, so we are just gonna start in a seated position, however feels comfortable for you. This is where the pillows may or may not come in. So if you are sitting here and it's really uncomfortable, your knees are up by your chest, your back is hunched over, your hips are really tight, so it's not allowing your knees to drop down lower than your hips, that is where you need either pillows stacked on top of each other, blankets, books, anything that you can stack to elevate your hips. So what you are going to do is place the pillows underneath your hips, and that way it allows your knees to draw lower than your hips to be elevated, your spine to be neutral and upright. That is just a comfortable seated position, and it just allows you to move comfortably in your body doing these stretches. So whatever feels good for you, you can use anything you need. So just coming to that seated neutral position, I'm just gonna start with a couple quick shoulder stretches just to start warming up our body, opening up any kind of tension that we might have. So just release your left ear to your left shoulder and just pause here. It is first thing in the morning, possibly, if you're watching this. So just be really gentle with your body, starting with really small movements, just to really take care of your joints and ligaments and muscles, and drawing that right ear now to the right shoulder, just moving with small gentle movements, and just staying here, going back and forth between your left ear to left shoulder and right side. Again, just pausing when you feel that tension and just kind of moving within that spot just to kind of work out that discomfort. Make sure that your shoulders aren't up by your ears, but they're back and down, relaxed into place. And taking our fingers, interlacing them, placing them behind our neck, drawing those shoulders in towards each other as we just gently let gravity bring our chin closer to our chest. So don't use any weight or muscles to draw that chin closer to your chest. Just allow the weight of your arms to do that for you. Again, just pausing here, gently shifting side to side. And coming back up to center. So now we are going to take our right arm, placing it to the right side, drawing that left arm up, keeping a tall neutral spine, shifting your weight over to the right side, and pausing when you feel that resistance and that nice stretch all along your left side body. And if it feels uncomfortable for your neck to look up, you can draw that gaze down towards that right hand. Again, just pausing here. Not really going too deep into the stretch, but really just giving yourself a nice, gentle stretch. And if it feels good for you, you can take it down a little bit further. Again, just being really slow. And whenever you're ready, bring that left hand all the way down to the right side in front of you and releasing your chin to your chest. Pausing here. Just allowing now a little bit deeper of a stretch all along the left side body. If it feels good for you, you can lift your fingertips up and walk them a little bit further out to the right side. And shifting your weight through center all the way over now to the left side and pausing here. Again, drawing your chin to your chest. You should now feel it all along your right side. Again, just moving really gently. If you want a little bit deeper of a stretch, again, take those right fingertips and walk them out a little bit further. And now bringing your left hand, placing it to your left side for support as we shift our right arm up and over to the side and pause here. Again, just feeling that stretch all along your right side. And again, if it's uncomfortable for your neck, you can bring your gaze down to that left hand. And coming back up through center. So we're gonna really work that probably about 3 times. Just go as slow as you'd like, as fast as you'd like. Really just take your time and start moving and opening up those muscles, opening up that tension so that you're able to just start relieving that discomfort in your body. And now coming back up to center, we're going to turn towards the side of our mat. And if this is uncomfortable for you to be on your knees, you can do this on a chair or a couch or anything that you can just sit comfortably on. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna interlace our fingers as we press them away from our body, draw our chin to our chest as we round out our back, creating space between our shoulder blades. And then interlacing those fingers back behind you now as we press away from our body, lift our chest, lift our gaze just slightly, and moving through those motions 3 or 4 times, however many times feels good for you, and just taking your time, really pressing away from your body as we round out our back, drawing that chin to our chest, adding small gentle movements if that feels good for you. And then interlacing our fingers back behind you, lifting our chest, lifting your gaze, and adding those small, gentle movements. So now doing that however many times feels good for you, and just, again, take your time. It might look a lot different than it did last week or the week before, just being so gentle with our body, because it does so much for us. And coming back up to center, we're now gonna come to a seated position, still sideways on the mat, making sure that your heels are planted to the mat. You're placing the palms of your hands on the back side of your feet as we round out our back, lowering again our chin to our chest. And pausing here, feeling that stretch all along the upper back, moving up towards the neck. And if you want to go a little bit deeper in the stretch, you can walk those heels out a little bit in front of you, and just pausing when you feel that nice gentle stretch. And adding small movements again if that feels good for your body. Just keeping that chin tucked towards our chest. And slowly coming out. Now taking your left hand, placing it on your right knee as we keep a tall, neutral spine. We're going to twist gently open to that right side. And then taking that right hand now and placing it back behind you for support. So in this stretch, we really want to engage our core, keeping it as a support for our body. Shift our weight back as we keep that support on that right hand. And if it feels good for you, you can drop your gaze down to that right hand. And you should feel that great stretch all along your back, as well as now the left side of our neck. And just pausing here. And if you want a little bit deeper of a stretch, draw that left shoulder down, making sure it's not up by our ears. Just drawing it back and down into place. And slowly coming out, we're now going to do the other side, taking that right hand, placing it on your left knee. Again, with that tall neutral spine, twisting open to the left side, bringing that left hand back behind you for support as we gently shift our weight back behind us. And again, dropping that gaze to that left hand, making sure that right shoulder is back and down into place. Again, just moving slowly, working with your body, not being impatient. And slowly coming out, untwisting, back to center. So now staying here, we're gonna now plant our entire right foot down on the mat. Keep that tall neutral spine, lifting that left leg as we extend it out. And if this feels good for you, just pausing here. But if you like, you can reach down to that left foot and just gently pull it a little bit closer to your body. But again, just wherever you are. If this feels good for you, just stay here, just making sure that your knee isn't completely locked out. You just have a slight bend in that knee, just to protect your joints and ligaments within your knees. Again, just pausing here. You should feel a stretch all along the back side of your left leg. Just making sure your shoulders aren't up by your ear, your back isn't hunched over. If that's the case, you can bring something to prop it down. You can really rest your leg on that prop and just making sure that your back is neutral and upright. And releasing that left foot down, now taking that right leg up, extending it up. And again, just grabbing wherever feels comfortable for you, making sure your leg isn't completely locked out, but you just have a small gentle bend in your knee. Such a nice day out. Just making sure you're feeling that stretch all along the back side of that right leg. And gently bringing it down to center. So now coming through the front side of our mat again, we're really gonna take that right knee, keeping it in place, bringing that left leg, extending it out. And if this feels good for you, if you start feeling that stretch in that inner portion of your leg, as well as a little bit on the back side of your leg, you can pause here. But if it feels good for you, you can take that left hand, place it on that right knee as we draw our right arm up and over that left leg. And just pausing when you feel that nice, easy stretch, not taking it too far, not causing any kind of injury, but just really gently easing ourselves into these stretches. And pausing when you feel that great stretch. Again, if it feels any kind of discomfort in your neck for looking up or straight, you can draw that gaze down. And coming back up. Now shifting your torso to be center with your left leg, folding forward, tall, neutral spine. And then rounding out our back as we fold over that left leg. To get a little bit deeper in a stretch, bring that right arm and try to reach a little bit further towards that left foot. Pausing here, again, just gently moving within this stretch. Just open up those joints, open up those muscles, and release any tension that might be stored there. And slowly walking your hands up to center. Now extending that right leg, bringing that left foot in towards you. Again, just pausing here if this feels good for you. If you want, you can shift that weight side to side, really just getting that stretch within the inner parts and the back side of your leg. But again, if you want that deeper stretch, you can take that right hand, bring it over to that left knee as we draw that left arm up and over that right leg. Pausing here as you feel that stretch all along your left side. And coming back up to center as we twist our torso open to that right leg and fold over with a tall neutral spine. Pausing when you feel that resistance all along your back side of your leg. And now round out the spine as we fold forward. Again, if you want a deeper stretch, taking that left hand and reaching it over towards that right foot. Again, just creating small movements just to get a little bit deeper in the stretch. And slowly coming up to center. We're gonna do one last stretch to stretch out our hip flexors and the back sides of our legs. So coming up onto our knees, we're gonna place our left foot first, out flat in front of you as we shift our weight forward with neutral hips. Oh, sorry, you can't really see me. As we shift our weight forward with neutral hips, making sure that our knee is directly below our ankle and that right hip is drawing forward so that it creates neutral hips. You should feel this stretch all along that right hip flexor, and then just pausing when it feels good for you. And now shifting your hips back as you peel those left toes up towards the ceiling and extending that left leg as we fold over that left leg.
Again, just pausing when it feels good for you, gently bringing that chin to your chest, and making sure that our left knee isn't completely locked out. Again, it just has a slight bend. And coming out of this stretch, gently switching sides. Bringing that right foot now directly in front of us, flat on the ground, as we shift our weight forward. Again, making sure that right knee is in line with that left foot. This left hip is pressing forward so that it keeps our hips neutral to the front of our mat. Again, you should now feel the stretch all along the left hip flexor, but again, just pausing when it feels good for you and not really rushing into these. And whenever you are ready, shifting our hips back as we extend that right leg, peeling those right toes up towards the sky as we fold over that right leg. And if it feels good for you, again, just releasing that chin to your chest as you fold forward. And shifting your weight through center, coming out of it gently. And that is it. So I hope that that helped alleviate any tension that you might be feeling in your body. This is just something that I really love doing, again, like I said, in the morning, just to set my day up for success and making sure that I'm taking care of any of those small aches and pains so that it doesn't in the future turn to a bigger problem. So that's why I really enjoy doing this in the morning time, and just really getting my body properly working for the day. So I hope that this helps. If you liked this video, like it, subscribe. I don't know. I don't know what to say on these things because I don't want to feel like I'm promoting it. I don't know, it's weird. I hate saying like and subscribe, blah, blah, blah. I don't like doing that. I don't know, it is easier. I didn't know this because I really don't know much about technology, but there's a notification bell that my neighbor's 12-year-old daughter told me about. There's a notification bell, and if you click it, you get notified right away when I upload a new video. So thank you, Haley from next door. Hit that notification bell so I don't have to awkwardly say this every single time. I hope you guys have a great day. I never know how to end these things, so. Okay, bye.